Hey guys. Hey guys. How's it going? I'm trying to get more into giving it a couple seconds before I start actually talking on the streams because I'm noticing that when I go back and watch them, they start at a weird spot. They start like mid-sentence somewhere. So you're gonna see me kind of goofing off for a few seconds at the beginning of every stream from now on. Not that I don't already goof off for a good portion of an hour beforehand anyways. So, who do we have here? Ippity, hi. Elizabeth, hi. Mika, hi. Maphonix, hi. Jade, hi. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hey Meg, Happy New Year. Oh god, I don't know what it is. Like, I just don't like doing... I don't like doing holiday wishes. I don't like doing Merry Christmas. Not that I have anything against the holidays themselves, but like... It just seems like everybody wants to say like... Hey, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry... Like, and like you get around Christmas time, everyone wants to say it to you, and it's just like, yeah, you know, Merry Christmas, I get it. Like, I get that you want to say that a lot. Let's see. Hi Candace. Hi Amada. Hey Marak. Hey. Oh, I got the voice changer again. Sorry about that. I gotta start checking that before I start things up. There you go. That should be fine. Oh boy. Yeah, sorry, Ippity. My voice isn't exactly great right now either. What happens if I switch to... Okay, so that just puts on the reverb. Interesting. Well, here we are. We're gonna do a little short stream today because I gotta go to Club Cosplay later tonight. So, we're just gonna open up some packages and then I'm gonna head out because I don't know if it's probably not. Let me see exactly how long it's gonna take me to get there. Should probably check this out before. I hope everyone's doing all right today and they're fully recovered from New Year's. I hope that everyone got a good night's sleep last night. And I hope that everyone is in a good mood today because I'm not gonna deal with it if you're not. You know what? I'm tired of your sass. I'm tired of your attitude. I'm not even gonna put up with it. Now let's just hope that the Club Cosplay... I knew that the Club Cosplay site was going to have music playing. I knew that was going to happen. How did I know? I don't know. I just knew. Okay. So let's do this. And that. There you go. Alright. How long is it going to take me to get to Club Cosplay tonight? Let's all have an adventure together. It's going to take about... hour and a half. That's just great. So what happened today is I haven't gotten the mail yet, so I'm just gonna open up what came in from the P.O. box, and if I get anything in the mail, I'll open that tomorrow. And we'll have another stream from it. So that'll be nice, right? Everyone should enjoy that. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm drinking some hot apple cider. You know, I had some of that apple cider at Nerdy New Year. It was kind of nice. Hi, Emma. Hi, Emma. Good to hear from you, Emma. Meg, glad that your heart surgery went well. That is a great thing to have go well. Hi, Helen. Hi, Lego Puzzle. Hi, Adina. Hi, Adina. Angel Fire. Wow, haven't heard that name in a while. Hey, Susanna. So let's open some stuff. Let's see how much time we have left afterwards. First thing I'm going to open is specifically marked as being from Helen. It feels like a very specific type of package. So let's see what it is very specifically. There. Come on, open the thing. Yeah, it's a good thing we waited a little while, since this is from Helen. Hey, Marie McDay after New Year's. Because that's what it is, and that's what you are. You're in it. You best start believing in day after New Year's, because you're in one. Watching on phone, chatting on YouTube. Interesting. Come down with the dreaded mall flu. I'm gonna take all the drugs. Well, don't take all the drugs, especially not at once. Oh, cool. So Helen has sent me the UK version of House of Cards, which I know nothing about how politics work in the UK, as far as like how the structure goes and parliament and monarchies and all that stuff. So it'll be interesting to get a little peek into that and see how treacherous it can be, see how things are made into policies and, you know, passed into laws and stuff. So yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that. It's a trilogy, so I guess it's 3 seasons. Oh man, that's cool. Thanks, Helen. I'm gonna watch that pretty soon. I just have to figure out because like the thing about it is I have to watch it alone, because every time I start watching a show with somebody else, it's sort of an unspoken rule that you can't go on watching something without somebody if you started it with them. So unfortunately, I will not have a watching mate for House of Cards UK, but that's fine. I may actually finish. What I'll do is I'll try and get through as much Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as I can, but if it gets to be too much, I'll start on House of Cards. Let's see. Drink some tea. There you go. Internet being slow. Now I'm here. Drugs are good. Drugs aren't that good. Try and make it through without drugs. Hey, Bernice. PvP going on right now. I have some time to watch before he's getting back to it. PvP is player versus player. Oh, PvP. Your 2 characters in your D&D campaign are fighting? I didn't even know that was possible. The only reason I use Internet Explorer is to download Firefox and Chrome. Yeah, Meg, I'm with you on that one. Internet Explorer is just the throughway that Chrome has to pass. Through way. Comment after you watch it. The thing about commenting on stuff is, if I'm immersed in a show and I actually care about it, I don't want to be commenting on it during the watching. And if I have only good things to say, then it doesn't end up being very funny or fun to read. It just ends up being me like, House of Cards is fucking awesome! Yeah, come on! And I just, you know, I don't have much to say about good shows, aside from that they're good. Emma just got in trouble. Daddy just got on her. She's not a happy baby. Oh no, Emma, no! Oh boy. You gotta be good for your dad and your mom, or else people get mad at you, and then you feel bad for a while, but it gets better. Don't worry, I still love you. Your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. posts have been making me laugh. Good, that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to make you laugh, because they're certainly not meant to show that I like that show. So get a few laughs, and then never watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again. That's the best we can hope for. We got one more package to open. Maggie was in power, and then... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I mean, Jade, I definitely wouldn't call it a rant, in that I can only use 130 characters or something. But I actually do have a Tumblr ask that's basically to the effect of, what do you think of Agents of Shield? And I'm gonna eventually write an entire rant about the show and why it's just not. It shouldn't have as strong. It shouldn't have gotten a second season. It shouldn't have gotten a third season. And I want to go into the exact reasons why. And the problem I have with people just like kind of shrugging their shoulders and being like, "Oh, well, I like it. Oh, well, I think it's, I know it's not the best show, but I like it." And it's like, but it's not only not the best show, it's a terrible show. It's a show that doesn't respect you as a viewer, and we shouldn't be allowing that. Like, we shouldn't be giving them a vote of confidence just because it's in our time slot that we like to watch on PBS or whatever. Like, find something more intelligent to watch and show them that that's what you support, not that you are willing to watch anything Marvel ladles out into your bowl and then you ask for more. Like, that's bullshit. Agents of Shield is absolute garbage. Let's see. Just spreading a message. Public service. Okay, fanboys, girls, I agree. Should get canceled. But the posts still make me laugh. Everyone has a right to an opinion. Yeah, I mean, Danny, I can't, like, I think if you and I sat down and talked about why the show is justified in your mind as being good, I would only be more angry, because I've had this conversation with people where they're like, "Yeah, I like the show," and I'm like, "Yeah, but why?" And they're like, "I don't know." And that's what bothers me, is that people don't have a reason. They don't have a reason for liking the show. It's not that anything's being done right. It's just, yeah, Star Wars Clone Wars, good show. Starts out a little weak. It's a little unintelligent at first. It's kind of Yoda being cutesy or whatever, but then when it gets into it, there's some real drama there. Who's the, I don't know, well, you're just watching it now, but there's a certain clone, he's not a clone trooper, but he's one of the clones who works on the planet that makes the clones. There's a couple episodes, there might be one episode with him, but there might be a couple, now that I'm thinking of it. And he's one of the non-soldier clones, and his episode is like one of the truest, one of the best testimonies to like how much thought and emotion was put into the Clone Wars cartoon. It's a kids show, but they still made a statement with some of the episodes, and I think that's the best example of it. Is like they really hook you in with this this character that is a clone. By all means, he shouldn't be special to anyone, but he is special. So keep watching, and when you get to that episode, bring it up, and we'll maybe talk about it a little bit. Finally back on the internet. Firefox now up. That's good. I don't really watch TV. No, Meg D, it wasn't Rex. It's he's like a janitor guy. He's like the cleanup guy that cleans up all the training rooms. I've never seen Versailles, Merak. Helen, let me fix your computer or phone. I don't think that's going to happen, Kristen. I think I am. I think it's 99, Danny. I think that's the one I'm talking about. So, let's open a box. Making of a Murder. That sounds heavy. I usually don't go for heavy shows. House of Cards is an exception just because it was recommended by a lot of my friends, so I started watching it. But typically I won't watch anything that's like a crime drama or a police procedural or any sort of like thriller, because they just have to take themselves so seriously and they have to keep the tone really dark. And I think that dehumanizes the characters a lot when you're watching a show like Hannibal. I imagine watching Hannibal and being really, like, bored because everyone has to be, like, thinking about murder all the time. Or else, you lose the tone of the show, and then what? Then you just have a bunch of people joking around while there's a dead body in the room they're in, or in the house they're in or something. Oh, man. Let's see who we got. What do we got? Hi, Bill. This is a companion piece for a previous gift. Enjoy, from Carla. Well, let's see what Carla has sent in this beautifully gift-wrapped box inside of this beautiful cardboard box. So there was a box, and then there's another box right here. Bye, Mika. Good luck finishing the rest of your day at work. Tell your boss they can suck it. Don't do that, you'll get fired. Okay. Triggers. Tell me about how they package these things up. Sometimes they're very difficult to open. Oh, Carla. What have you done? And inside the box, there's a wrapping paper guy. It's like you. If it wasn't from Amazon, I'd think there's nothing in the middle of this. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna use this. Carla has sent me toilet bowl cleaner. And what that means is I can use my toilet brush now and have a nice, delicious, citrusy smell. I love it. I'm going to use that. Greenworks toilet bowl cleaner. I'll let you know how it cleans my toilet because that's exactly what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll clean it tonight or tomorrow morning. You know, it's an inherent truth that if there's an object in your house that you shit into constantly, that thing's got to get cleaned. You know? You can't mess around with toilet sanitation. You got to clean your shit bowl. So, toilet bowl cleaner. Total necessity. With deck boxes inside Boxception. That's a good one. Sounds like my wife, though. Best gag gift. You know, it's funny that you guys think that that's a gag gift. Like, for me, that's a real gift. Like, that's a real thing that I need and will use. I didn't put it on the wish list, but, like, you know, cleaning supplies. Why not? I'll take it. Like, that's not a gag gift. That's just a common that's not a common courtesy, but it's a courtesy that someone's now done for me. Whereas a poop pillow, I mean, that's a gag gift, too. That's a gag gift. The cat butt coasters, like, that stuff is going to end up just kind of getting given away because I don't know what to do with a poop. It's a poop pillow. Who wants to put that on their face? Nobody. That's a piece of poop. Gross. Though props to Amazon for going hardcore with the wrapping and making it more suspenseful. Oh, boy. Yeah. So yeah, we got that going on. What happened to me today? Oh, that's right. I went to, alright, so, I had a bit of, an incident happen this weekend with, my car key. So, Zio had sent me the KeySmart keychain, and it's got my car keys on it, and I can flip my car key out of there. And I was talking about how it kind of it changes the way that you hold it. Like, typically you put a car key between thumb and forefinger and you turn like so. But when you have one of these keychains attached to it, you hold it with your entire fist and you twist with your entire arm, so there's a lot more strength behind it. What happened was I sent a friend out this weekend to grab something from my car, and the friend came back without the thing, that I had sent them for and a nervous look on their face, and they said, "Hey, please don't be mad at me. I just snapped your car key off in the lock, and I was too tired at that point to be mad. Not that I would have been mad anyways, it was an honest mistake. But basically, now there is a half of a car key inside of my car's door lock. So now I'm on a mission to, like, I went out this morning to try to pull all the bits out of there, pull the thing out of there with a couple little screwdrivers and stuff and hairpins, and it just wasn't working, so I needed to go to the hardware store. One, get a new key made, because I'm using my spare now, and two, to figure out if I could find a pair of needle nose pliers thin enough to get in there. Well, I went to the hardware store. I walk in, and there's like there's like a really old man there, and this is like a little hardware store, and then there was like a middle-aged guy there, and the middle-aged guy kind of turns and he looks right at me, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he was just like, "Hey." So I walk by him, and there's like another guy who doesn't look like he works at the store, and he was just like, "Hey, you need help with something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need to figure out some car key stuff. Can you make a key?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right." And he takes my key, and he goes to the key making machine, and he's like looking for the blank, and he finds the blank, and then he's like, "I think I can make your key. Here, take your key back, and let me figure it out." And he like just leaves, and he just goes somewhere. So then I was like, all right, well, while he's gone, hey, where can I look at needle nose pliers? So the guy shows me where the needle nose pliers are. Now the old man who was in there when I first came in is like trying to help me, and I could tell he didn't quite have his wits about him. And God, basically this whole hardware store was just completely like filled with crazy people. And the old man was like he was trying to help me with needle nose pliers, but he like couldn't tell which pairs were needle nose because like his brain bad things were happening. So the lady behind the counter is like, "Hey, Irving," or whatever old man's name is, "you need to run to the bank. I have a couple things for you to bring." Oh no, the post office. You need to go to the post office. So she hands him all the outgoing mail, and she's like, "Irving, what is going on here?" And she pulls out this envelope, and it's just like a window envelope, the ones with like the plastic window on the front. And she's like, "Irving, there's nothing in here. It's just an envelope with a stamp on it." And he's like, "Oh, okay, my mistake." And she's like, "You can't, but we got to figure out what was supposed to be in here. This is a bill, Irving. Like, we got to send out the bills and make sure they're paid." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. Let me just take it over there." And she's like, "You can't." All right, now we need to open all the other. So like they're opening all their mail that was outgoing to see if he had put two bills into one envelope. So they're working that out. The other guy never comes back. I start just kind of wandering back to the key machine, and the middle-aged guy who I had first seen when I walked in the store, who I thought was a customer, walks out of the back. He's like picking his nose, and he like looks at me, and then he just kind of like starts to turn around and go back to like the back of the store. And then he comes back around and then walks by me, and then someone's like, "Can I help you with something?" to that guy. And he goes, "No, this young man is helping me." And he points at me as if I work there. And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "Who's helping you?" "Not me." And he like kind of smiles at me. He doesn't even really answer me. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting out of here. I don't need this key made that badly today. So I bought a pair of tweezers, and I paid for them. And I was just like, "Listen, there's a guy who's supposed to be making a key for me. He disappeared. I'll come back later and get the key made." And it just felt like I was in some sort of fucking bizarro, crazy, like, town world. I had gone through some sort of portal into like a nightmare hardware store where like no one knows how to operate any human thing. And then I went to the post office, and it was really crowded. But for the most part, the hardware store was very unnerving for me. The poop pillow happened, I think, about a week ago, Susanna. Um, if the key had at least been locked in the car, I know that can be done. The problem with having the key snapped off in the door is that now I have to go to the passenger side, unlock the door, crawl in my car, unlock the inside of the driver's side lock, and then get back out of the car, walk back around, and then get in. So that's a little inconvenient getting in my car. God forbid I get robbed near my car and I need to get in quickly. Yeah, if it had snapped off in the ignition, that would have been bad news. No, I wasn't stuck for transport. I have my spare key, so I'm good. Hey Tim, good to see you. Man, you do a game night like 3-4 times a week, don't you, Tim? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he might have been the old man might have been like the owner of the hardware store, because I've seen him in there a lot every time I go in there, but he's just one of those guys where like you can kind of see like the inside of like the bottom eyelid, because like his body is falling apart and his mind is falling apart, and he just can't, like, you see it in his eyes that he's just not focused on anything. And that's such a crazy thing to think about as we all age and as the years pass. It's like, God, I'm gonna be helpless someday. I'm not gonna be able to get around on my own. This is so awful. Like, life, the end of a life is so bad. Yeah, Carla, pretty bad. New place to grab my stuff. Should have filmed all this. Yeah, I mean, if I sometimes I want to take out my phone and film stuff more often, but then I just realized that would make me look even douchier than the skinny white guy walking into a hardware store to begin with. It's you know, I'm pretty douchey to begin with. Forget about walking around with a camera pointed at people. That would have sucked. Hopefully you can get that key out easily, though. Yeah, I can already tell you it's not happening easily. I spent at least 45 minutes today trying to pry that thing out of there. Dragon Lance by TriStar. Then capture the flag while riding flying dragons and holding lances. I do between 3 and 4 game nights a week. Jeez, Tim. I don't know if you have a dream. I mean, is that part of your job, Tim, to do 3 or 4 game nights a week, or is that just something that you insist on doing? Like, I imagine it would take away if I had to do if I had to do 3 game nights a week. I think I would actually start to lose some of my passion for it. I feel like the rarity gives it some of its allure. We got a broken key out of a car door using tweezers and a magnet. I had to get crafty, but we got it eventually. Yeah, I actually checked my current car key for magnetism, and it doesn't work. And that was like my original plan because I have so many magnets. But unfortunately, one, the broken off key piece is stuck behind 2 closed tumblers. So I have to hold open 2 tumbler pieces and then get in with the tweezers and grab it. So, like, it's even more difficult. I'm like, it's like I have like 3 different hairpins like sticking out of the lock by the time I've gotten even close to it. But I might just go buy a locksmith and have them do it, because it seems like there's a lot of kind of tools that I'd need. Had a key broken off into my car. I had to get a locksmith to get it, but it was back when I was like 16. Danny, Skyrim sounds, well, I've never played it. I don't know how it sounds. Terraria with the kids all day. Oh boy. Magnifier. Make things... Magnifier to make things magnetic? Kristen, don't talk science to me. You don't know what you're talking about. I played Dixit when I was at SAC Anime during the summer. It's a fun game. It's an active hobby, but I kind of started the ball rolling up here. So when someone says board gaming in the public, the next thing said is, "Oh, do you know Tim?" I would imagine, Tim, that is how it goes. You're the guy. You're the guy up there with the board games. So use it for what it's worth. Everyone seems to play modded Skyrim. Do you mod yours? Oh, yeah, I don't know nothing about Skyrim mods. I mean, I know what Skyrim is. It just is such a... It seems like it's such a time-consuming game that I've never really had much interest in it. In worst case scenario, you have to drill it out. I'm not drilling out that lock. And my car is not worth replacing a single lock on it. The only reason I put the hydraulics on the back was because they were reasonably priced, and I could replace them myself. If you want to play board games, Lego Puzzle, if you want to play a board game, what's the most fun board game I've played lately? I don't know. I'd recommend Panic. I really liked Panic. I wish I could have played it more. Hey, William. Will Neal? Wait a second. Oh, hey, Will. Tell your cats I said Happy New Year. Tell everybody I said Happy New Year. Okay, have a good night at Club Cosplay. I will have a good night at Club Cosplay. Dead of Winter. You didn't have time to... no, I have to be... SAC Anime was, unfortunately not going to be a possibility because I did Nerdy New Year, and then tonight I'm going to Corona, California to do Club Cosplay, so that would have made me miss the main day of SAC Anime anyways, so I got to take my opportunities down here. A lot of people follow on Twitch are into Skyrim, Fallout 4. Yeah, a lot of Fallout 4 being played. Castle Panic. Yeah, Castle Panic. That's the one. I have... Tim sent me Munchkin Panic, and we had a lot of fun with it. Harley Cat Cosplay is currently in possession of Munchkin Panic. But check it out. See what you think. Go to a game store. Go to a game store once a week. Try out a bunch of games, because usually they'll have a loaner copy of a couple of different games. Try it out and then decide which one you want to buy. And they'll also be able to probably give you... they'll be able to give you a tutorial so you'll understand the rules a little bit faster. Cash and Guns is good? That's what Tim's saying. Tim's recommending Cash and Guns. I was wondering when that story was going to come out, Will. Will and Far, who I visited in Scotland, were a couple of the only cosplayers who have ever seen my bare ass, because I knew I was leaving the country, so I could afford to actually drop my pants as a farewell to them. It was about midnight in Scotland. Probably even later. It's probably about 2 a.m. in Scotland, and everyone had to go home from the karaoke bar. So Farlight and Will left me at my hotel, and I said bye. I got out of the car, and then I full-on mooned them. Oh boy, yeah. We don't necessarily have, I don't know. This is what it's like to hang out with cosplayers. Sometimes it gets a little risque. How long will it take you to get to the con? Well, Club Cosplay is just kind of... It's not really a con. It's more just like a nightclub that has cosplayers at it. So it's going to take me an hour and a half to get there, is the short answer. Some shops will have people you can learn to play. I found a Marvel Snoopy. It's almost midnight, and I'm sipping Sprite. They're a group that I have to be playing Sunday. Look online for meetup groups, board gaming nights. Meg said her internet went out. Tell you guys goodbye. Oh no, bye Meg, if you watch this again in the replay. So, I've got some toilet bowl cleaner. I've got, looks like 3 seasons of House of Cards. It's a 4-disc set. It says it's a trilogy. Is this 3 movies, or is this 3, what is it 3 of? 3 seasons? I just assume it's 3 seasons. Aspect ratio, I mean... Black-hearted villain with a smiling face. Interesting. We'll figure it out as we go. Oh, Susanna, like, don't you cry for me. Like, it's not... me being in my underwear... I don't know. Something about just butt cheeks and ball sacks. Like, if you can just get those two things covered, you're not naked anymore. Like, that's all you really need. Good night, Lynn. Miss you. Okay, 3 short seasons. Alright, cool. I look forward to watching those. But... yeah, posing in your underwear is not the same as showing your ass. Like... good, you can get caught up on House of Cards, so I'm not ahead of you. Yeah, but it's this House of Cards, Tim. It's the British version, not the American version. So I'm gonna have to get caught up on Netflix as well. I gotta look at that right now. Matter of fact, let me see what's going on with Netflix. Let me log in there. Do a search. House of Cards. Season 1. Season 3, Episode 1. I do have access to Season 3, son of a bitch. Add to my list. Okay, that's next up on my list. Right after. Oh, God, I don't even want to finish Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's so badly handled. They had like a supervillain team today, and it was the worst. It's the worst supervillain team ever. Freaking people. Alright, Will, I'll talk to you soon. Beginning wondering about my package. Bad thing I was misplaced the tracking number also 2 days ago, and it arrived in California. Misplaced the tracking number. Phonics, if your package hasn't arrived yet, private message me on something about what you sent, and I'll tell you if I sent it and maybe you missed the stream. House of Cards, 4th, Season 3, Episode 13. Let it go, move in. Is he beating me at House of Cards? Yes, Tim is ahead of me on House of Cards. I try not to get too competitive about watching television shows, though, so I don't think he's beating me. Watch a few episodes of House of Cards on one of S.H.I.E.L.D. No. I kind of want to just keep going with S.H.I.E.L.D. until Season 2 is done. I've been suggesting a few shows, but I can't find them. 6th season of Clone Wars. Do you visit South Bay? Do I visit South Bay? I don't really... what is South Bay? Is that southern Los Angeles, or is that south of the Bay Area in Northern California? Because I don't visit either one of those, honestly. I pretty much stay in Hollywood. If you sign up on the website, they should be able to pull your order with just your name. It's a plastic bubble wrapped envelope from Mississippi. From Jennifer Smith. Mophonics, I don't know. The description of the outer packaging is not gonna do it for me. Lexi, I watch it so that I can have an intelligent conversation for every person who comes and has high praises for it. I heard so many recommendations for Firefly, and it was such an enormous disappointment when I watched it that now I feel better discussing it, in that I used to just say, I don't think a space western is a good idea. I think it's something that inherently is not going to work very well. And now that I've seen it, I can say, here's why Firefly is awful. And typically, whoever is into it and wants to argue about it, they'll be like, well, yes, it is bad for all those reasons, but I love it anyways. And it's like, yeah, but you don't have any reasons why you love it aside from that you love it. I have so many actual reasons for why I hate it, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is no different. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the exact same thing, where people keep saying, yeah, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. really enriches, like, the Marvel Universe for me because of whatever. And it's like, the shit that they put into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. actually makes the movies worse. Like, Sif is a fucking idiot in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She is a stupid piece of shit in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And she's a great, like, strong, intelligent character in the movies. But she keeps wandering into Earth and not having any goddamn idea what she's doing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it's an insult to her character. It's awful. It makes Jamie Kennedy, what's her name? Jamie Alexander look worse. Yeah, Jamie Kennedy as Sif. That would be funny. But, like, it's awful. It's so bad. And the rest of the shit's terrible too. They don't even use the names of the characters in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I think that's because, I don't know why that is. It's like everyone would be talking about Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, Spider-Man, the X-Men. Like, Marvel Universe, people who live in that world would be saying names of superheroes constantly. They would be used as analogies. They would be used as examples. They would be used in conversation without end, and people would be using their superhero names. But instead, they're constantly talking about, oh, the flag waver, the big green guy, the guy with the hammer. And it's like, why would you say that? Why would you call him the guy with the hammer? Everyone in the fucking world knows his name is Thor. Like, it's so stupid. The Asgardian Mussolini. And it's like, that's not even an apt comparison. Just call him Loki. People know who the fuck Loki is. People know who the Chitauri is, who the Chitauri are. They know who everyone is. They know who the Daredevil is. But you're not going to talk about that shit either, because that's two shows that can't mix, because House of Cards is so shitty and Daredevil is so good that you can't even... Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think I said House of Cards just now. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so shitty, and Daredevil is so good that you can't even bring a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent into Daredevil now, because they have to act like a stupid piece of shit in order to fit into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. universe. And that wouldn't fit into the Daredevil universe. Crowded area, but very interesting. Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach. Yeah, I used to go to Redondo Beach every once in a while to visit my buddy, but he moved away. So I don't go down there. It's too long of a drive. It said it was delivered today to the P.O. box. Maphonix, I'll have to pick it up on Monday. I'm close to Universal Studios. I've been to Universal City Walk. I've never actually been inside the apartment, the theme park, though. Whedon, I think if Whedon is given the correct budget, he can do a good storyline. But television doesn't encompass his vision correctly. I don't talk him down as a creator, but as a person who keeps making television shows, I think he's a little too willing to compromise with the budget that they give him, and that's unfortunate because he's, you know, it creates a shitty standard. It creates a low standard for what we allow on television. The only one I would like to watch is Coulson. That's right, Coulson, again, I like Coulson, but even in the show, it's hard to relate to him sometimes because he's going along with all of these mystery things that they're setting up, and it's like, well, everybody can see what's going on except for the people in the show who are supposed to be these expert investigators. I don't go there. Why they added that characters in Age of Ultron. I don't know which character you're mad about. Didn't Jessica Jones do the same thing, though? No, Jessica Jones was, it was a plot line that evolved slowly, but had characters you cared about. Yeah, I mean, Jessica Jones did do the thing where they didn't use the names, and I actually used a couple of the names from Jessica Jones as an example, but I don't know if it's a licensing issue or not. Yeah, I did. I stopped and corrected myself about House of Cards. We've been talking about two distinctly different television shows, and I'm having a problem recalling things lately. I got to do some memory exercises or something. Um. Maybe the reason for Disney is more control in that show. Same here. Yeah, as far as Universal goes, I think I could. I mean, I can get there in 20 minutes. I can hop on the train and be there. I'm right near a train stop, so I can literally not even have to drive there and park. All right, good night, Maphonics. Yeah, Jade, the problem now with the Avengers movies in Age of Ultron, I think, is a good example of what's happening, is they all have to tie together. And I think Age of Ultron ended up being more of a bridge than a structure of its own. It had to stand between the first Avengers and what's going to be the Infinity War. And they had to shoehorn in a lot of plot devices that fit into Ultron and Vision's origins in order to make that story happen. And I think that the writing took a hit. I still think it was a good movie, but in comparison to the first Avengers movie and like some of the even more sharp Marvel movies like Winter Soldier or Iron Man, it loses some of its charisma because you're rushing around the globe trying to figure out what's going on with this like crazy artificial intelligence stuff. And that itself is way too complicated an issue to really handle in a 2-hour movie. Good night, Amada. Alright, so everyone's leaving now anyways. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was renewed, and a cool show like Constantine was canceled. Unfair. Yeah, I don't know anything about Constantine. All I've ever seen is the Keanu Reeves movie. Anyways. Yeah, Deadpool should be good. Hey, Yvonne, you're coming in right at the end, unfortunately. We're just wrapping up now. I'm about to cut this down so that I can start getting ready for Club Cosplay. I want to try something new tonight, so it's going to be a little bit more of a getting ready night for me. And I got to be there by 8. So I hope you guys have a completely great night. Yeah, Jade, the love story. There shouldn't be any love stories in the Avengers movies. There's no time for any love stories. Okay. Marie McTiredface. I don't know why you would tell me that you fell asleep and why it matters, because you can just go back and watch it anyways. Alright, everybody have a good night. I'm gonna go now. Miss you. Love you. Bye.